Blanche.
I don't know why you took a cab from the airport.
Blanche.
You should have called me. I would have picked you up.
Blanche. This is Doug. He's my friend. My very special friend.
Well, any friend of Clay's. So.
Isn't it going on? What do you want, Stan?
Stan wants to talk to you about the wedding.
Are you Stan? Am I talking to you?
I'm Stan, Sophia, over here. Oh, sorry. I thought it was like one of those Am I sitting questions. Anyway, Sophia, it occurred to me that I never actually asked your permission to...
You see, I am 44 years old.
Wow, this is great. I was afraid we wouldn't have anything in common. We're almost the same age.
Rose, you make her sound like an old woman. Actually, she's much closer to my age.
Lorraine, these are my roommates. That's Blanche Devereaux, Rose. Stop, it's after midnight.
Sophia and I are going into business.
How did she talk you into this, Rose?
Oh, Sophia didn't talk me into it. As she said, if I had half a brain, I'd have thought of it myself. Besides, it'll be fun, Dorothy. Just like when I was a little girl and sold Belgian waffles alongside the road.
I'm your daughter.
Oh, yeah. I need a bromo seltzer.
I need a cheesecake.
Blanche, I hate to see you and Sophia fighting like that.
Intimidating. This way, I'm just one of the guys.
You think a lot of these kids, don't you?
Oh, hey, so do you.
Well, I do, but I don't know. I sense a special dedication from you. It's nice.
Oh, thanks, Dorothy. I've been at this a long time. I watch these kids grow. I know their families. I've been to their homes for dinner.
Really? You've been to their homes for dinner?
It's never been used.
Oh, yeah, we've been on it.
Don't ask, Mom.
Oh, Dorothy, look. The Zipper King's 1 millionth zipper. Oh, I will never be able to look at another zipper without thinking of Mel.
Let it go, honey. Let it go.
Sweetheart, if you want to grab some dinner, we'll have to take separate cars. I'm going to have to leave for home right from the restaurant.
Glenn, forget dinner. We need to talk. Thing.
Excuse me. This is a private session.
What is going on here?
What does it look like? The opposition kidnapped our fighter and is trying to turn him into a sissy boy by making him play the violin. Come on, Peppy.
Ma.
Look, ladies, I guess I've got some explaining to do.
You sure do. Like why you...
Died. Daddy's still very vulnerable at this point. I can understand why he reached out for you. Oh, you're very warm and you're very giving. But he needs time. So please, if you really care for my father, the best thing you can do is stay away from him.
Honey, I know what you're feeling. Everyone's been rejected.
And honey, the loss of your first love is the worst, the very worst.
Oh, I know. I remember mine. It was probably a cow.
I asked you not to do that.
I know, but I'm going stir crazy. There's no way out. No way out.
Stan.
I go right to sleep. Huh, Dorothy?
During.
Girls, we can't drink plain milk.
Why not?
It's disgusting. If we're going to have milk, we need cookies.
Hell, if I'm going to have cookies, I'm going to have cheesecake.
Is there cheesecake?
Chocolate cheesecake.
You bought chocolate?
So when I told Anderbo, she blamed the whole thing on me. And then Clyde would never speak to me again for telling. I lost Anderbo. Now you understand why I can't tell Dorothy?
I don't even understand who Ander Bobo is. All I know is that Dorothy should find...
Hot to racing. Oh, feel. Lower. No, it's like there's some kind of wild animal energy in there. Pounding, burning, yearning, and
Catering the affair.
Well, he might be able to take me, but my date for the evening is Hunter McCoy.
But what about Jake?
What about him?
Well, Jake has to take you to the benefit. I mean, you'll be there, he'll be there. He'll expect you to be there with him. How could you do this?
Well, Rose, you make it sound so terrible. It's not.
Jake is the priest. You know I can't cut loose with a priest around. Sophia, he happens to be a very nice man. He gives me the creeps. He's been following me. They always follow the old people. It's like parking tickets. They got a last rights quota.
Sophia, they're seeing both of you. But of course, that is a decision that you will have to make. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time for me to change into my third linen suit of the day. In this heat, I go through them like Kleenex.
Oh, of all the nerve. How could he possibly...
How am I going to do that, Blanche? How am I going to get through the next 3 days?
Thank you.
What do you mean you're canceling? Is there anything I can say to change?
Dorothy, maybe I ought to go to New York with you. New York is a writer's city. I could hang out at the Algonquin, talk to my colleagues, get the juices going.
Honey, I'm going just for 2 days to see a doctor. I've asked Rose to go with me.
Of course, he also said sitting on cold concrete will cause hemorrhoids. So we just sort of learned when to ignore him. Oh, my God!
Rose,
Honey?
what happened? Honey,
Call an ambulance! Oh, my goodness. Not necessarily true, Daddy Lindstrom. For Rose, you see, one of your wedding guests is none other than famed psychic Jean Dixon!
Hello, Miss Dixon.
Please call me Jean. I know you want to.
Me? It was a retirement home, and you know what they did? They set off the fire alarm in a retirement home. Who can rush? Half the people have walkers. The other half can't get out of their chairs. But they got bells going off like crazy. You know what that does to hearts that only beat a few times a week? After last night, he doesn't exist. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see you.
Morning, Rose. I guess you're still mad at me, too, huh? That's right. Oh, girls, look, believe me, nobody could be more upset about what happened last night than I am, but me too.
Oh, Jean, you were always a terrific girl. Dorothy, why can't you be more like Jean? Scratch that.
Where are your roommates, Dorothy?
Jean, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know quite how to phrase this.
The lesbian thing, do you keep it under your hat or what?
Yeah, ladies, I'm afraid I'm running a little late. May I just ask you a few questions?
Well, of course. Go right ahead.
What do you call an inhabitant of Guam?
I don't know. Guamanian, I guess. What does this have to do with renting the room?
So that's where it ends? Well, that's neat, isn't it? You walk in here, borrow my friends for a while, and start acting like a stupid jerk and waltz right out as if nothing ever happened.
Do you want an apology?
I want an explanation. Holly, I can't figure you out. You're smart.
Rose, what was your first impression of me?
I thought you wore too much makeup and were a slut. I was wrong. You don't wear too much makeup.
Hey, Big Daddy promised that watch to me.
In writing?
It was in the will.
Is this the same will where he promised the summer house to Gopher from Love Boat?
No, this is the sober will.
All right, you can have the watch. It's in my room.
Oh, not now, I'm late.
On the largest tobacco plantation in all of Cuba. Do you know that at one time I was the most famous Fidel in the entire country? Until you-know-who showed up.
Who?
Rex the Wonder Horse, Rose.
How did you know about Santiago Cigar?
Girls, don't you just love our hotel?
Oh, it's so much nicer than those big chains. How did you find it, Blanche?
Well, it was in our price range, and it was near the beach, and it had the most men hanging out in the lobby.
I think we better go. We don't want to keep Bert waiting.
Wait a minute now.
Make 100 for half the money. So, of course, he got the contract. When the Navy came back to check on the progress 6 months later, they discovered there'd been a terrible misunderstanding. Phineas had made 100 Hoagie Heroes for $500,000.
He claimed finish. She just said she was 19.
Well, look at her now. You don't call that a tragedy?
Ma, it is going back, and that's final. Go ahead, Blanche.
No, the mood has been ruined. Suffice it to say, it involved a men's club, a vine rope, and a large bottle of Absorbine Junior.
Ma, don't you remember? I told you, Stan and Chrissy got a divorce.
I thought you said Stan and Chrissy got a horse. I'm 80. You gotta enunciate. Don't get me wrong. Horse, divorce. I could care less. I just hate being left with egg on my face.
All right, Stan. Blanche, you do realize you're in the minority on this.
Sophia, did you finish your shopping today?
Yeah, just about. It's unbelievable how much things cost nowadays. I just spent $89 for a doll for my granddaughter.
Ma, you had $89?
Don't be ridiculous.
Ridiculous. We are not poor. We thought we had $10,000, and now we don't. But we're no better or worse off than we were 24 hours ago.
If that was a pep talk, it stunk.
Look at this. There's a celebrity auction to benefit the homeless, and they're selling a leather jacket worn by a major rock star at...
They gave you a towel at the hospital?
What hospital? You were born on a pinochle table at McSorley's bar. Hospital, like your father was a member of the Aetna family. The closest he ever got to a hospital was when he came to deliver ice.
My guilt is not going to work.
You're right, Dorothy. I was like...
Lasagna or cannelloni?
Oh, Mom makes great lasagna. I can never get mine to taste as good. She says it's because I don't sing to my marinara sauce. That's her secret. She sings opera to her sauce. Except, of course, during the holiday season when she sings Nat King Cole.
Yep. And at Christmas, I've been known to put away more than one eggnog. What's the matter?
I think I better keep looking.
Oh, I'll stop eating raw cookie dough.
No, honey, that's not it. It's just the two of us have nothing in common. We're just two different kinds of people. It wouldn't work out, believe me. Oh, just one of the Donaldson boys trying to sell us a newspaper subscription again.
Oh, those Donaldson kids won't take no for an answer.
Neither would their father at our 4th of July barbecue.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Are you absolutely a friend of mine from high school? Helen Colquist, she just moved to Miami. We spent a little time together and decided we'd get together today. I even got out the old yearbook so we could go down memory lane.
Oh.
Last night she had a heart attack and died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been sitting here looking through the book, and I can't believe...
St. Patrick, my backup pair can take a lot more punishment.
Well, you made a complete fool of yourself.
Oh, yeah, we'll just wait and see who gets the part.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? We had to make a few very difficult choices, but remember, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
I feel so ashamed. Everything you said about me is true. I'm a loser.
You're not a loser. You just need some help.
Well, maybe you're right. Mrs. Nyland, I think a lot of...
Charge of cheese. Or Lincoln, great statesman or gas guzzler?
Idiots in positions of power.
Good one.
Pussycat.
Say yes. I need a friendly shoulder to cry on.
All right, give me a minute. Girls, I need a shoulder to cry on.
Dorothy, what did that creep do to you?
It's not for me, it's for Stan. He lost the business. He has to take his mind off his troubles.
What do you want us to do? But don't you think it's crazy that Blanche is actually going to marry Jamie?
Why? They practically grew up together. Rose, they've known each other most of their lives, so it's very comfortable. He's like an old friend.
But he's her late husband's brother. I remember back in St. Olaf when Inga Engstrand married her late husband.
Homesick, that's all.
I saw another garage a couple of blocks away. Where the cars are not running. Hey, who cares? I am.
Ma, that never happened. You were not at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
I didn't say I was at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I said I...
Believe me.
If it's nothing, let me see it.
You know something? I am really very hungry. What do you say we go out and get that pizza now?
It's 9:15. I don't want a pizza. I want to see that thing.
I'm sorry, Blanche, you can't.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Because it's none of your business.
None of my...
You prefer homemade.
I also prefer milk straight from a cow. I adapt. This is awful.
Ma, if you want...
You ever tried passing a sponge?
What happened, Sophia?
I got stuck with the meanest patient in the history of medicine. I mean, just because a person has 2 weeks to live doesn't mean he has to be cranky.
Oh, come on, Ma, the man is dying. I mean, Absam, it's a lovely home. I better go check and see if the water for our tea is boiling
Oh,
yet.
Dorothy, there's so many memories connected to this room. We used to have our big family reunions in here. Generations of Hollingsworth would gather around Big Daddy with his bourbon and branch, and while he sat there in front of a roaring fire, regaling everybody with stories of the old...
Was at the Pizza Hut.
Well, there must be something wrong with Rose's date. There has to be. I bet he's an airhead, or a mutant, or an insurance salesman. Now, that's it. Well, Rose, you and your geek have fun.
You said she wouldn't take it well, Dorothy.
Yes, but mostly because I don't have to swim with a duck in my mouth.
Boy, when the president gets here, am I going to let him have it? What do you think I should hit him with first? Inadequate funding for education, the plight of the hungry and homeless, pollution...
How do you spell Saskatchewan?
Oh, Ma, have you seen my dress watch?
It's on my wrist. I borrowed it.
I was going to wear it tonight. Can't you ask?
I didn't want to disturb you. You were having so much trouble taming your cowlick.
I just got very confused. I hope I didn't make you feel uncomfortable.
Well, I have to admit, I don't understand these kinds of feelings. But if I did understand, if I were, you know, like you, can he play a song on those little horns?
No, but he can balance a ball on his nose if you throw him a catfish first.
This is like a Twilight Zone. Somehow we got on a train that ended up inside Rose's mind.
Yeah, when is the next train?
Meant for me.
I called every guy I know, and they all came up with the same lame excuse.
What?
I don't want to go.
Good morning. Dorothy, do you have a date yet?
I don't want to go.
Dorothy, I'll get you a date. You can borrow one of my extras.
It meant no more PMS.
I never had PMS.
Neither did I. But I had a BMW.
All right, I have had it. Thanks to all this constant bickering, I have a splitting headache.
Oh, girls, let's face facts. The three of us just can't agree on anything. I mean, it is obvious we want...
God, it's Rex. Oh, Rex, well, you're right on time, aren't you, you devil? You remember my roommate...
What are you dressed for? We're going to a beach party.
Oh, I could have sworn you said the theater.
Once again, you're wrong.
Oh, I'll go change.
No.
Could I smell waffles?
What does this look like, the house of pancakes?
So, how's Kate doing?
Better than I am. Dennis is here, and she's forgiven him.
Dennis is here? Somebody hold my hair. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, sit down and shut up.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Daddy.
And Dorothy, she said hello and then disappeared. Is there a problem?
No problem at all. Everything's fine. It's not like anyone died or anything.
Oh, it's so good to see everyone. But where's Trudy?
I knew it. I knew she was going to marry him.
But next week.
At our age, long engagements don't make sense. I have to go to bed.
Where will you live?
Movements.
Eine kleine Nachtmusik.
That's right. How did you know that?
Well, they always play it during the chases on the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show. There was this one where...
Hey, what's all this?
Oh, Dorothy, aren't they beautiful? Johnny No Thumb sent them.
He sent you flowers?
You remember harmless old Uncle Vito? He sent a note to Johnny No Thumbs. He addressed it to Johnny No Knees.
Boxer shorts. And after that, he just kind of lost interest.
Evil is as evil does.
Oh, will you stop being so judgmental? This is a situation you know nothing about. At least Blanche has been there before.
At Shady Pines. I can't remember, but I know I did it. I must have. I'm going to prison.
I'm gonna pack. Sophia, wait, isn't there anything we can do to make you stay?
Nothing. My mind's made up. I'm leaving in the morning.
Oh.
Why, don't you look lovely?
Thank you. I have a date.
Oh, I see. Anybody I know?
His name is Robert. He lives in a castle.
A castle? Oh, that's very exciting. Would you like some help with your makeup?
Okay.
You know, I used to go out with a Robert. His father owned the movie house. This is it, Sophia?
You wear black, they think you're depressed. You wear red, they think you're angry.
You're wearing negligee, they think you want to sleep with them.
Why aren't you arrested more? Anyway, Dr. Halperin is really working once. Business partners.
And dinner?
Absolutely not. Stanley, you claim that you have changed. Well, so have I. Stan, I have finally come to realize that no matter how hard you try, you cannot fix something that no longer works. I've learned to let go, Stanley.
Tell me a story. What? Tell me a story. It always worked when I was a little girl.
I don't know any stories.
Make one up.
All right. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears.
Not that one.
Pigs.
No.
Elephants. And they lived with a little girl named Rose.
The elephants lived in the house?
They were elephant dolls.
Pretty soon the situation got out of control, and I tried to let him down gently.
You tried to make it short and sweet.
Pressure. They sleep to escape.
Dorothy's father used to do that. Unfortunately, it was usually during foreplay.
Ma, the man is dead.
Longer than you think.
Ma, that is a mean, underhanded, despicable thing to do.
So was World War II. We're talking about Mussolini.
I am sick. I've had to give up my job because I was too tired to do it.
How'd you get here?
I flew.
No, to my office.
A taxi.
And from the taxi?
But how did I get from the taxi to your office?
Not a hard question.
I walked.
Right, you walked. You're not...
Miss Blanche? He said he had friends who would lean on us.
Well, I got friends too. One phone call to Palermo, and Johnny's lunch wagon will be wearing concrete tires.
Ma, come on. The only person you know in Palermo is Uncle Vito, and he's a harmless old man.
Harmless? Give him a piece of piano wire, make fun of his limp and see what there is. The man's packing material. Now you're letting me have him? I have contracts livelier than him. She's given him to me. The man's face has more powder on it than Ann Miller's. She's given him to me. A piece of lumber would make a better dancing partner. Thanks for the echo.
With that award.
I'm sorry we're late, but we couldn't find the table. But then I recognized Dorothy's hacking. Everybody, this is Raoul.
It's a pleasure.
Maybe it sounds strange, but without Charlie, I thought that part of my life was over. I never gave it a second thought.
Until now? Then I think you should go on the cruise. Honey, if the situation is right, you'll know it.
But I'm not sure I'm ready.
Oh, honey,
And discuss anything about what he wrote in his letters.
Yeah, but Rose, what we really have to do...
I guess I shouldn't push it. I mean, if he wants to hide the romantic side of himself because it embarrasses him, that's fine with me. I just don't understand why he won't explain how a smudge pot works.
Yes, look, Rose, what
Here
we
you go,
have...
ladies. 2 champagnes.
Thank you.
There's a damn
time, but I always thought this part of my life was supposed to be for me.
Honey, I understand exactly how you feel. I feel the same way. You know, at our age, we should be grandmothers, not mothers. Once a week, the grandchildren come over for a visit. You cook them dinner, they spill it on the furniture. They hide under your...
It doesn't belong. Just like that old dog Sandy we used to have. God, your father loved that dog.
Can you believe that? After I bared my heart and soul to that woman.
Oh, Dorothy, you hide things from her all the time.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
Hello? Marty, threw your back out putting your boots on? You're in traction? Oh, I guess this means you're going to be a little late? Oh, all right. Well, can you believe that she feels?
And what about you? You think I'm terrible because I want my husband back?
Ex-husband, Dorothy. Ex-husband who left you and didn't even have the courtesy to tell you he was leaving. Ex-husband who married somebody half your age just 1 week after the divorce. Ex-husband who's getting married again tomorrow. They're going to Hawaii for a second honeymoon.
Well, sounds like they're trying to work it out. Why are you upset?
Don't you listen, she has cellulite.
Those are dimples.
Dimples are on these cheeks.
I am upset because while they're...
I'll load up now and keep them for stocking stuffers.
This is terrible.
Trick move from your checkers by mail partner?
No, it's from the company Charlie worked for. They've gone bankrupt, and so is their pension fund. I'm not going to be getting pension.
That we have an active and vocal alumni, and I can't be responsible for their actions.
Is that a threat?
More like a concern.
Well, I appreciate your concern, Father, but I'm sticking to my decision. Ma, what is it now?
You threw up...
Mom, you keep your will in the cookie jar?
Yes. Every time I used to walk in the kitchen, your father was in the cookie jar. This way he still is.
I think I better warn you. I know how much you like my sapphire necklace, but I thought you'd get more use out of the pearl earrings.
The Board of Health threatens us.
I can't do it.
Forget the Bahamas. How about dinner?
Dorothy, listen.
What?
I have to tell you something.
What? What?
You can have my room. With my bad back, I'll just camp out on the couch.
Oh, Michael, it's nice meeting you. Dorothy's told us so much about you. This is my daughter, Bridget.
Hello.
Bridget's on her way to study at Oxford in England.
And I found a terrific flat on campus.
Oh, that's great. I hear the commute from here is a killer.
Pardon me?
It was a joke.
A minute, fellas. Now, no need to rush off like this. It is my birthday. Who wants to be the first one to spank me? Boy, that turned out to be some evening, didn't it?
It sure did.
You know, from that night on, I learned to love surprise parties.
Plumbing went bad, the refrigerator broke down. We've all had car trouble. You haven't slept a wink. And now Blanche's boyfriend's dubbed her for a porker.
Marguerite said we were making a big mistake when we fired her, and she was right.
Look, I am not...
If I don't say it, I'll never get to sleep.
What?
I like you very much, Rose.
I like you too, Jean.
I think you're very special.
I think you're special too.
What I really want to say is
Blanche, you're not dressed for class.
That's because I'm not going.
Why not?
Why not? I will tell you why not. Because I cannot flounce around a dance floor like some cheap, trashy slut in heat.
Say, check off Wheel of Fortune.
Well, that's because he has his own late-night talk show now.
Oh, yeah, right. The man spins a big wooden wheel for 8 years. Suddenly, he's discussing détente with Henry Kissinger. What else happened lately? Mike Tyson hosting Masterpiece Theater?
Now, go on about your silly concert.
Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry. What can we do for you?
Nothing. I've decided I have to do it myself. Since the dean was no help whatever, I've decided the only one who can help me is me. Oh, I'm going to show that Professor Cooper something. Now, if you will excuse me, ladies, I have some tall studying to do. Only first, I think, as a reward for working
direct, and I happen to be a legitimate, for real security guard.
Well, you're doing a great job, Alvin Newcastle. Nobody's stolen the boardwalk since you've been sitting here.
Forget it, just forget it. It's my fault for trying to be friendly. I'll go back to counting seagulls.
So where do you work?
They're there.
It's colic. My children had it. You give them brandy.
For colic?
Yes, after dinner with a cigar.
Rose, you give brandy for teething. You rub it on their...
Now, wait a minute. Don't think I don't know what you all are getting at. You think the advice I gave was bad just because it devastated 4 lives.
Blanche, when are you going to realize you have to be responsible? This isn't a game. You're playing around with the emotions of real human beings.
I've made a decision. I'm going to go see Tony.
Don't do that. Now you have him right where you with my Papagallo pump.
Isn't that how Mrs. Simpson met the Duke of Windsor?
Dorothy, you promised you would double date with Larry's friend Mike. I am holding you to that promise.
Blanche, I'm sick.
Oh, you just have a cold.
People with money is how we got things done in New York. In Sicily, you cut off a horse's head and put it in somebody's bed.
Oh, Sophia, you're making that up.
Like hell. Our garbage commissioner, Fredo Lombardi, went on strike once. He woke up the next morning sharing a pillow with National Velvet.
There's the old tree house. Oh, gee, when I was a kid, my best friend Ingrid and I used to go up there all the time. Oh, gosh, I miss her. I haven't talked to her in ages.
Well, why don't you give her a call?
Well, maybe I will.
Sure.
Well, it is my production, and as they say, the show must go on.
Ah, pussycat. It'll be like the old days. Come on. Just one more time.
Get a little drunk, and you land in jail. Why didn't you tell me it was Father Leahy?
Well, I assumed you knew.
No, I didn't. I mean, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, well, me too. Well, what difference does it make? We can...
So I give the mud a swallow, but he doesn't know where to stop, also like your Uncle Al. So we sing a little Puccini, stretch out on the couch, and take a nap together. All in all, a very pleasant afternoon.
Rose, the dog is drooling on my foot.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Look, Rose...
Benjamin wasn't black. He was from New Jersey. I went to my senior prom with a Yankee.
Nothing at all. Back in St. Olaf, our justice system is very progressive. Their motto was, use a gun, go apologize.
I'll get it.
Unfair.
Well, that's because it is. There are 3 million homeless, hungry people in this country.
What bothers me is those people out there are being fed today because it's Christmas, but where do they eat tomorrow?
When the great communicator talked about his vision of a city on a hill, I wonder if it included people sleeping on gratings in the street.
God, what am I going to do?
I want to thank you for coming on such short notice.
You're lucky I came at all. I got a horrible cold. I was so dizzy this morning, I lost my balance getting out of bed. I guess my equilibrium's shot.
Well, I'm sure you'll feel better once you're up on the roof.
Yeah, well,
Someone.
Oh, not now. I want to sleep.
No, Rose, listen. Dorothy's so upset with me, and I don't blame her after all those things I said. I just don't see how I'll ever face her again. Rose, listen, listen. Am I a terrible person?
I don't know. Who are you?
Daughter.
Oh, I'm very proud of the job you're doing, Dorothy.
Hello. Just a minute. Mr. Allen on the phone.
Oh! Well, I wonder what he wants. He's never called me at home before.
And he's not calling you now either. It's for Dorothy.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, nothing. I'm all right. I'm fine.
No, you are not, and I'm tired of watching you suffer.
That's what Daddy said to our horse, old Toby, when he broke his leg. Then he shot him. Eating Stan?
I am not, and I don't need to rehearse.
Oh, I think it's a good idea, Dorothy. If you like, I'll be Stan.
Beat it. I already got dibs on Stan. You be Dorothy.
Don't be stupid. Besides, Rose ought to be Dorothy.
No, thanks. But I'll play Stan. Watch, but there's nothing we can do. It's her daughter. It's her choice. It's like something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Oh, Rose, stop. Rose, why is it when any one of us makes an observation, the first thing we hear from you is back in St. Olaf? Did it ever occur to you that we might be sick and tired of hearing back in St. Olaf, back in St. Olaf, back in St. Olaf?
Well, maybe Billy could have, but Billy couldn't play, and we all know why. I don't want to mention any names. Follow my eyes.
Okay, that's it for practice today. Everybody get a good night's sleep.
Coach Dorothy?
It's a good thing old St. Christopher had his back to me.
No, there's no doubt about it. She's faking.
Dorothy, I didn't learn to do that till I was married.
I meant Ma, Blanche. And I'm gonna go prove it right now. I called.
I canceled.
What do you mean?
We are not giving away Fluffy, Muffy, Buffy, and Joanne.
Rose, they are non-breeding minks who eat their weight in food every day, Joanne.
We are not giving them away, Dorothy. I mean, this is their home
They
now.
eat their weight in food every day?
When I'm depressed, so do I.
not what I said. I said, Stanley, could I come to your hotel room? I have to see you.
Exactly. Here you go, Dorothy. How about a toast?
Look, slow down, Stan. There are a couple of things I'd like to say.
Okay, but usually the man makes the toast.
Stanley,
1 sec.
Goodbye, Rose. Goodbye, Blanche again. It's my pleasure, ladies. Goodbye.
Laszlo, I'll see you tomorrow.
Indeed.
That sure sounded as if you and Laszlo have something going.
Maybe.
Tickets to Tony Bennett? I'll tell you what, sweetheart. Take Milton. Have a swell time. Only this time, don't throw your underwear on the stage. Then why go? Oh, why couldn't they put Tony Bennett and Tony Martin on the same bill? Who am I kidding? There'll never be another Woodstock.
The three of us thought it might be fun to go away for the weekend. So we went away to this cute little woodsy mountain retreat. Well, when we got there, were we in for a surprise?
Isn't this lodge great?
Oh, boy, it sure is. It's just so beautiful up here. The fresh air and the wide open spaces. You know, being in the mountain. Fine, thank you. Goodbye.
Has Kirsten left yet?
I was talking to her husband. He's staying with the girls, and she's on her way.
Thank God. Oh, I still can't believe that they're not going to let us in to see Rose.
I bought some food.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Tell me about it. $11.50 for coffee and donuts?
Ma, where'd you get the money for this? Yes.
Fine. Don't have the surgery. Let me suffer.
Ma, it's my foot.
Your foot. My heart. Do you have any idea how much a mother suffers when she sees her child in pain?
Look, Ma, don't do this.
I'll tell you how much. Worse than the 23 hours of labor it took to bring you into this world.
He works very, very hard, and he's very, very rich.
And what else?
I don't know. That's all I've ever heard about Grandpa.
Oh, I see. Oh, I wish you'd known Grandpa, Charlie. You'd have liked him a lot.
Do you think he would have liked me?
Liked you? Good old synergism.
You have no idea what it means, do you?
Not a clue.
Synergism is the powerful energy that is generated by two people engaged in the same activity. Up till now, I had no idea it could occur outside of Howard Johnson's motor lawn.
And just stay out of it. I can't do that. Let me tell you a story. Sicily, 1912. Picture this. Two young girls, best friends, who shared three things: a pizza recipe, some dough, and a dream. Everything is going great until one day...
Now I have Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia to keep me warm. Not just on a cold winter's night, but all year long. Take care of them, God. If anything happened, I just...
Rose, thanks for the lovely prayer.
Every time you say ow, just because I once asked you to move a sofa.
I guess I have no choice. I'm in agony. Did you hear that? Agony, Dorothy.
Sophia, don't worry. You made the right decision. I was going to give you this when you got to the hospital, but I'm too excited. Here's your St. Olaf fun pack.
What in the world is that?
Herring pie. The surprise is you think it's pie, like an apple, you know, but when you bite into it, it's herring. What fun!
It was. She has a debilitating disease.
And it has a name. I am thrilled.
We all are.
Well, of course. Congratulations. Champagne it is.
I can't tell you what a relief it is to just be sick, not...
Charlie made me dress him when he had his heart attack before the paramedics got there.
But he wasn't dressed?
We were making love.
Oh, Rose, honey, you never told me. He died while you were making love?
Well, he didn't die then. He had his heart attack then.
The Lord.
Ma, what is going on here?
Afterglow.
Suddenly, the band began to play. It was at that moment I realized my bosoms had the power to make music.
Dorothy, Stan's out there feeling so sorry for himself. He's bringing down the homeless.
Blanche, will you take over for me,
What are you
please?
gonna do?
I'm gonna go and try to make Stan feel like a whole man again.
Anything you need?
Yes, half a man.
It's more fun. It's like with Santa Claus. The best Christmas we ever had was when all 8 of my brothers and sisters, from Lily to Michael, all still believed. That must be 10 years ago now.
Come in.
Just listen. We are throwing a surprise birthday party for Blanche. I want you to go out to the lanai and mingle with the other guests.
Check. What's a lanai?
March.
Oh, let's see how she did. Help her out. Okay, Dorothy, let's see how you did. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 6, 7, 8, $900.
Oh, I can't believe it. It was only yesterday you were selling us cookies.
Now she's giving them away.
Mary, honey, have you told your father?
Well, I tried, but since Mom died, I don't know. We're just on different wavelengths.
Well, honey, what about the baby's father? I mean, after all, it's his responsibility, too.
Next thing I knew, we were in Atlantic City. Dorothy, I swear to you, it was just that one time. Forgive me.
Forgive you. Forgive you. I'm sitting at home with 2 screaming kids, praying that you'll sell enough chain link to put food on the table, and you're off planting your flag on Mount Olympus.
Dorothy, make it sound so cheap.
The room and cry like a baby. Get, go, move it.
She owns us.
Jason.
Blanche, I really want to thank you again for these ray blockers. I didn't think I'd get used to everything being pink, but it's kind of fun.
My husband was a fan. Not of the cigars, the boxes. We used to keep all our fine cutlery in one.
Blanche was right. She said you were incorrigible.
I guess I deserve it. I always say she's a cheap slut.
Maybe we better be going.
Yes. It was...
People from Minnesota are honest. They don't lie. What could you possibly find to lie about on a farm? Must be some state. Lots of lakes, nice pale people. I'd drown myself.
If memory serves me, we rushed back to the hotel because you had the runs from that cheap lunch you brought us.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night, we're planning on having dinner at Joe's Stone Crab.
Oh?
Hey, it's your wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah, right. Sounds nice.
Ma, you didn't forget, did you?
Oh, forgive me. I forgot something. Maybe you should ship me back to Shady Pines. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be in the living room being...
To me.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Now, good night.
Honey, oh, hi, Dorothy. Honey, can I talk to you?
No, go away.
But I can't sleep, Sophia, and it's all because Rose isn't talking to me.
I could care less. Now, get out of my room.
Sophia?
I'm not in. Wait for the beep, then leave a message.
In here.
Dorothy, I'll tell you a very simple way to beat the heat. Just imagine yourself in a cool place. Like a snowy, windy mountaintop in Colorado. With a ski instructor named Fritz. And a bearskin rug and a bottle of brandy.
Next. Sue, take care. Bye-bye. Rose, how did you get Bob home?
Well, I called his office.
Dorothy, I have to talk to you for a minute.
Not now, Mom.
What did he say?
Well, I didn't talk directly to Bob Hope.
Alfonso has a new trick. Give him your keys.
Yeah, who did you talk to? What, his agent?
No.
Oh, this is one of those mental tricks.
You were about to tell a story. Why did you stop?
Well, this is usually when Dorothy and Blanche interrupt me. Anyway, I'd always go to the movies every Saturday afternoon with all my friends.
Is it tape? Name another one.
Honey, take a cold shower.
Oh, Dorothy, would you please open this jar of macadamia nuts for me?
You can't get it open? You and I team up and enter, huh?
No, I can't. I'm too busy.
I'm sure I can find your partner, Dorothy.
You're too busy doing what?
Here.
We'll be in Miami Thursday. Hope to see you. Respectfully yours, Augustine Bagatelli. Who is Augustine Bagatelli?
No.
Left Brooklyn.
Yep, I hid it under the seat when I was loading the suitcases. Happy Valentine's Day, Sophia.
I think this is what I was trying to explain to Papa. Come here, you big lug.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Papa, what was that?
100 times you cannot get pregnant using the toilet at the mall.
I'll bet it's a boy. You're carrying really high in the front.
I'm not having a baby. I'm getting a baby. I got a telegram that my Uncle Hingeblotter had passed away and left me... Actually, that first night, I was kind of, well, appalled, I guess. But Charlie was very patient. It was really very nice.
All over between us, Chrissy. This is the woman I love. Seeing Dorothy again made me realize how superficial my relationship with you really was. Sure, the sex was great. Terrific, actually. But it's okay with Dorothy, too.
Why, he should have won the Oscar for Deliverance. Not to mention starting over. That Academy's just jealous. I mean, you put Mr. Sir Laurence Olivier in Cannonball Run, see what he can do. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia, but the answer's no.
Fine, break an old lady's heart. If you need me, I'll be out back with the rest. Grocery shopping today?
Yeah, something you want?
Pick up a couple of chicken breasts, and why don't we say 40? Better make that 45 tubes of sunscreen.
Oh, Sophia, I've made that mistake before. The best thing to do is just turn the oven down if you don't want the chicken to burn.
Rose.
I'm going to keep it as a reminder for the next time you behave like a big fat jerk.
Okay.
Oh. Honey, you sure you're going to be able to pretend to be surprised at that banquet?
Oh, of course. I pretended to be a virgin half a dozen times. What is our absolute limit?
Next, we have Community Property by Jasper de Kimmel. This is a small piece, but certainly one which will be worth many times its current value someday.
Like tomorrow.
Keeping a secret just isn't your strong suit, is it, Rose?
Did you let me or one of the girls know?
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. She's the housekeeper, right?
Right.
But she's not supposed to lift a finger, right?
Right.
If anything needs to be done, you take care of it, right?
Right. Where are you going, Ma?
To get a job as a housekeeper.
Ma, be serious now. Marguerite is dangerous.
You can rush. Half the people have walkers. The other half can't get out of their chairs. But they got bells going off like crazy. You know what that does to hearts that only beat a few times a week? It's not pretty.
We better go. We have reservations.
I'm getting called by Susan Harris saying, is there anything you can do to get B. Arthur to do this show? Because we'd worked together on Maude. And I said, oh, I've been wanting to work with her again. I'll give her a call. I called B,
And I said, what is the matter with you? This is the best.
Teams and grease our hands?
I got arrested for that once at a party in Chattanooga.
Oh, my goodness, look what I found. Double fudge cookies. I thought we agreed not to keep cookies in the house.
Right, after this last but it is delivered with every daily in Miami. Oh, girls, what a glorious day. I just feel so pretty and alive and young as a teenager.
Oh, that's terrific, Blanche. Oh, by the way, you got a phone call this morning from your grandson. He got his driver's license.
Ma, you'll never guess who I was just on the phone with.
Uncle Vito.
How did you know?
I picked up the phone and listened in. It's a little thing I do.
Girls, my Uncle Vito is coming to Miami for a visit, and he's going to stay with us. He arrives Thursday. He's going to stay a whole week.
Rose, this stinks.
What is the truth? Honey, sometimes you have to stretch the truth.
Well, of course you do. Now, let's see. Graduated top of your class. Intensive postgraduate study. 32 years with the same employer.
We came here for you to help us.
Ladies, I like you. Save your money for the moving expenses.
Well, thank you, Doctor. It was You see, everybody thinks the best way to show someone you care is by going into debt. I mean, where is the love? Where's the sharing? Where is the true spirit of Christmas?
Neiman Marcus, ladies' apparel, 3rd floor.
No, maybe you're right, Dorothy. You know I've spent too much again this year.
Girls, I'm willing to listen to me.
Well, sure they will, honey. They don't speak English and they're horny.
Where you going?
To demonstrate. Celebrate.
So, anything special you want to do tonight?
Blanche, remarkable woman. I've known her just this evening and she's already reformed me. The result of her benevolence, I shall steal no more.
Boy, I don't envy you. My friends in the workforce say this is no easy time to be changing careers.
Do you really want to abandon her?
Anybody home?
Blanche, maybe you should stay and talk to a counselor, too.
Oh, look, Santa's come to spread some Christmas cheer. Oh, good luck with these gloomy gusses.
Hold it. No one's going anywhere. Your parents told you that. I don't care if they are from the South.
Well, they didn't tell me in words. They told me in actions. Like on our birthdays. Now, when we were little, every year my sisters had huge parties with clowns and magicians and tons of presents.
No, and you didn't.
Well, not exactly. I mean, I did have parties, and I...
That's it, I'm out of here.
Ma, not now. Blanche's doctor wants her to go back to the hospital for more tests.
It makes sense, just to be on the safe side.
Oh, well, of course it does. I mean, what kind of doctor would he be if he didn't want to check out everything?
Yeah, well, if it makes him happy. If everything's as bad...
We're so hard to make it every day. And it's hard to say just how some things never change. And it's hard to find any strength to draw the line. Oh, I'm just burning doing it, try dance. I'm just burning doing it.
Bruce, what were you doing out so early this morning?
Well, I couldn't sleep, so I went for a spin last night to Alabama. Blanche, do you know at a truck stop in Tuscaloosa they have an egg dish named after you?
Really? How are they prepared?
Over easy.
You just have to learn to live each day just one day at a time.
Well, of course you do, Dorothy. I mean, if you took them two at a time, you'd end up constantly changing your underwear.
Go ahead, stand up and say it.
Up. And I lie there for a split second thinking George is asleep beside me. Until it dawns on me one more time that he's really gone. And I grieve again. I grieved for that man 9 years. How can I forgive that?
Oh, Blanche, honey, you need to get up. Maybe it was from their wedding album.
Here we are. This is home. Oh, Charlie, Kirsten, I want you to meet my friends, Blanche and Dorothy.
Hello, Kirsten. Hiya, Charlie.
Roses told us so.
1958. No, that's not it. I don't believe it. I'm dry. I got nothing.
It's okay, Mom.
No, it's not. I feel like Tommy Lasorda should be standing by the bed waving to the bullpen.
Ma, don't let it bother you.
Well, I just can't leave you hanging.
Most fun.
Fun? Oh, my pulse was racing, my heart was pounding. I could barely get my breath. I think that's the most fun I've ever had standing up. No, I take it back. There was that one time on that 740. Elements.
No, it doesn't, Blanche. That's where I put my creamsicle down this afternoon when I answered the phone. See, it rubs right off. Did you do? You lied to everybody.
You, sir, are nothing but a low-down, carpet-bagging scallywag. And as God is my witness, I will never shampoo your hair again.
And another thing, you'll never what?
Don't ask.
Well, I guess you know how we all feel, so why don't you just get out of our sight? You don't have to do that,
Oh, I want to, and I'll bring you some cookies, and I'll move the TV into your room.
You really don't have to bother.
Oh, it's no bother.
Thanks.
You heard her, Blanche. Get cracking.